We're gonna start standing with our feet underneath our hips, which is about 4 inches apart or so. And go ahead and just wiggle your toes a little bit. And if you aren't already barefoot, if you can be barefoot, that would be great. Just it's really helpful to get some movement in your feet and your toes, okay? And then go ahead and bend your knees. And we're gonna stand up nice and tall. Just get our posture and alignment set up. So when we're standing tall, we wanna think about our head being over our shoulders being over our hips. So let's first make sure that we're in neutral by drawing our low belly up towards our shoulder blades so our hip point shines straight ahead. And then that our rib cage is just resting right on top. So we're not letting the ribs flare open. You're gonna rest them down. And then a lot of times our head will wanna jut forward. So gazing forward over the horizon, imagine your chin is on a table and you're just gonna slide your chin towards your throat like you're tucking in a drawer. And that should get you into really nice alignment here. And so now let's start with some deep breathing. Place your hands on your lower ribs and seal your mouth. We're gonna take 3 breaths in through the nose. Let's start this one just nice and relaxed, slowly breathing in through the nose. And see if you can allow your ribs to expand and your belly to expand. And that's why we're gonna hold the low ribs. And when you get to the top of that inhale, just relax into your exhale. Maybe your shoulders soften, maybe your knees bend a little bit. And let that exhale be nice and passive. And we'll do that again. A slow inhale through the nose, allowing the low ribs to expand, getting into that deep belly breath. And soft, relaxed exhale at the top, allowing the ribs to come closer together. One more time, slow inhale in, just setting us up for this stretch, getting your body nice and calm and relaxed. Good, all right, now we're gonna do an activation. So it's just an energy, it's just getting energy to circulate through your body. So send your arms out in front and you're gonna pat your belly. Continue to breathe in and out of your nose. So just think about waking up your digestive system, getting energy to the center of your body, getting some blood flow. And if patting doesn't feel good for you, feel free to just rub, okay? And let's do that a few more times. And then go ahead and rub the belly. And then we're gonna bend our knees and let our hands come up the sides of the body, kind of drag them up, shoulders come up, and then we drop it to the ground. And we do that just one after the other, rapid succession, and just kind of let that body kind of bounce around, almost like you're on a little mini trampoline and you're just getting that nice soft bounce and getting everything moving. And if your body wants to shake or whatever it wants to do, go ahead and let that happen. And let that go. And then we're gonna take our left palm out, start to pat your chest, bring it down to your hands, give them a little clap. And then go top of the hand and up to the neck and the shoulder. Thumb goes up. We'll come down to the thumb line. And then we'll bring it back and take it underneath to the pinky line. And then take it down the side of the body and across the chest. Just feel that whole body waking up. Let's take it down to the right palm. Clap. Top of the hand, up to the neck and the shoulder. Right, thumb goes up and we're coming down to the thumb line. And then we'll bring it back and underneath to the pinky line. And then we're gonna take it down the side of the body and across the chest. And then just rub your chest, your solar plexus right where your ribs open, and then your belly. Now we're gonna get to the hips. So a little lean forward and let's pat our sacrum, which is the flat bone just above your tailbone. And then bring it out into your glutes. This will feel good, especially if you've been sitting a little while. Just wake up those glutes. And now we're gonna come down the back of the body. Feel free to bend your knees, but pat down the back of the legs and then come up the inside, up the inner thighs. And then take it down the outside and up the inside. And then down the front and up the inside. And then turn your ribs to the left, to the right, left, right, and rub the belly. Good. Feet go a little wider and you're gonna take your flat palms onto your hips and we're gonna go into big circles as if we're in a barrel and we're just really trying to scrape all the edges as we take it around. and go the other way. Good. Two more times. Let's do 2 more times in this direction, just making that as fluid as you can. Nice. Now make a fist with your hands. Close them really tight and then open them really wide. Just getting some blood flow into those hands and fingers that get really tight if we've been typing a lot or on our phones. And then keep the hands open nice and wide. We're gonna send the arms up, drop the shoulders, and we're gonna come into a flat back pose coming forward. So I want you to think about your tailbone reaching back. As the crown of your head reaches forward, take a big stretch here. And then if you need, bend your knees and come down, or you can keep your legs straight, but just go ahead and let everything relax towards the ground. And then we're gonna lift the belly. Start to feel the belly lift, and then let that drag you up like it's restacking you. Make sure that chin comes in. 2 more times, a little more fluid. Reach out, down, bend the knees and roll it up. Stack the head 1 more time, reach, send it out, bring it down, bend the knees, and roll it up. Good. All right, guys, we're gonna take some shoulder circles here. So keep your arms nice and straight. And then send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. All right, when we're doing this, I really want you to focus on moving in the shoulder and not getting the ribs to do it for you. I want the shoulders only to move. And then we're gonna add the elbows in, mixing it up a little bit. And then we're gonna add the full arm circle, opening up the chest, whatever range of motion you got here. Good, and then we'll go the other way. So keep those arms nice and straight and start to circle the other way, really honing in on the shoulder. And then add the elbows. And then add the full arm, whatever range of motion you can get to here. Awesome. And now let's take those arms and we're gonna bring them down onto our chair and come into a flat back. We're gonna do a standing cat-cow. So come into a nice long spine. Your arms are gonna be under your shoulders, and then I bend my knees a little bit. From here, we're gonna take our tailbone and let it start to drip underneath us. And then feel as though there's a hammock underneath your rib cage, really lifting up to the sky. And let your head relax. You can look between your inner thighs here. Push your hands into the chair and feel your shoulders stretch across your back. Maybe even send some breath there. Now imagine you've got suspenders on either side of your spine, and we're gonna try to stretch those suspenders as we take the crown of the head and the tailbone away from each other. Good, keep the belly engaged as we come out into our little cow position. Maybe the tailbone and head lift at the very end. Let's do that a little more fluid. So round the spine, lift under the ribs, let the head relax, and lengthen the spine. 1 more time, round. And then come meet me in a flat back position again. So again, we're gonna go nice and flat, crown of head and tailbone reaching from each other. Arms stay nice and long, and now we're gonna do a rhomboid push-up. So I want you to think about letting your chest drop towards the ground and your shoulder blades come closer together. Then think about your heart lifting up and beyond your shoulder blades as your shoulder blades spread apart. So we're just gonna be moving into that upper back, allowing the shoulder blades to come closer together and spread them apart. So this area gets real tight and sticky, so we're just trying to get some movement there. The word push-up sounds a little scarier, doesn't it? But this is just a little movement. So now I want you to hold it at the top of that rhomboid push-up so the shoulders are nice and spread, and we're gonna straighten our legs now. So we've got a really nice long spine. We're gonna do a spinal twist. So bring your right palm right to the center of your chair and let your left arm come off to the side. We're gonna begin by really focusing on the ribs. So allow your ribs to start to twist open to the left. Really press your right hand through the chair and then follow through with that left arm. Feel these arms really reaching away from each other here. Then from here, let's thread the left arm through as we come back, and we're gonna reach that left arm like someone's pulling our fingers so we get a nice stretch between the shoulder blades. Let's do that 2 more times, a little more fluid. So we're gonna go stretch, and reach it through. And this one always gives me a nice little crack, snap, crackle, pop here when I'm doing this twisting movement. And let's switch it to the other side. So left hand in the center, right hand comes off to the side. We're gonna press into the chair, keep our spine long, open up, and then dive through and reach. 2 more times. Last one. Bring both hands back onto the chair. Step your feet a little wider. And now we're going to keep our legs nice and straight and send our tailbone beyond our heels. Already getting a nice little stretch to those hamstrings. And then we're just gonna move our hips side to side. So if your tailbone was up against a wall, they're just gonna go straight from side to side. And now we're gonna get all the way into that outer hip, a little more of that outer hamstring. Good, little pelvic glide side to side. Awesome, guys, let's bring it through center. And we'll come on up, and then I'm gonna flip my chair just to have something a little higher to hold on to. You could also just hold on to a wall. And let's stand up tall, and I'm gonna be standing onto my right leg, holding on with my right hand. I'm gonna let my left knee come up to about hip height, and we're gonna open it like a door. Take it down, bring it out, and shut it. So let's open the hip and close. And open and close. Let's do that 2 more times. Open, close, and open and close. Take it over. So now you're crisscrossed here. We're gonna glue our inner thighs towards each other. Take that left hand up to the sky, and we're gonna really lift the ribs up and over to a little side arc here. Soften at the left elbow. Feel as though someone's trying to pull your left elbow up and over just a little bit more, so you get that really nice stretch to the side of the body. Feel free to play here. You can come in and open a little bit, or you can just hold if it feels good. And let's bring it up to the top. And then we're gonna get into the hip. So we're gonna flex the left ankle and place it on top. And then I'm gonna turn a little bit here to show you from the side. We're gonna stand nice and tall, keep those long suspenders on our waistline, start to soften at the right knee, and really sit back into the hips as if you're sitting down into a chair. We really wanna focus on keeping the spine long rather than relaxing into it here. You will feel a huge difference if you keep that spine long. Good. Let's just sink into that hip. Take a soft breath in and out of the nose. And come on up. We're gonna switch it to the other side and finish that combination. So standing tall on the left, take the right leg out and in, out, and in. Couple more here. Nice, take the next one over, and let's take that right arm up to the sky. Lift the ribs up and over. Soften up the right elbow. Feel as though someone's trying to pull that right elbow up and over a little bit more. And if you want to rotate or move it around, feel free. Come back up to the top, and let's get that hip. So finish with the piriformis stretch here. Standing nice and tall, nice long spine. Start to crease the hips and melt back into the hips here. Check your bottom knee, make sure it's not jutting too far forward. In fact, think about the bottom of your thigh lifting up and back more. Try to keep that spine nice and long, and that right knee melting towards the ground. One more soft breath in and out of the nose here. And then let's stand tall, shake it out. And we're gonna finish with our hands in a nerve glide. So we'll send the arms up to the sky one more time, plug the shoulders down, and open the hands nice and wide. Really spread them apart. Flex at the wrist, and then as if you're trying to push the walls away, bring the arms down to about shoulder height. Relax the shoulders down the back, soften your elbows, and really feel as though you're reaching through your palm. I almost imagine like I have light coming out of the center of my palm. I'm shining it, and then my fingers are trying to draw back towards my shoulders. And you should feel a nice little nerve glide through your fingers. And maybe you might need to take your arms a little further back. You can play with it a little bit, right? Find where the stretch is for you. Good, one more soft breath here. Tuck that chin in, stand nice and tall, and bring those arms all the way down. And I hope you're feeling better, you're feeling nice and aligned and ready to have a great day. Thank you so much, guys.